Hey guys, happy Tuesday and also happy February. Today I have my bullet journal for you, my February setup, and I had so much fun putting this specific theme together. And you know I say this all the time, but I think that this is one of my absolute favorites, and I am filming it a little bit differently than how I used to film it. I used to show you guys of me sketching it and coloring it in, etc. But now I'm just kind of flipping through and talking about it. I would love to know if you guys prefer the old way or this new way that I'm filming it, because I feel like when I'm sitting down and filming it from scratch, it takes much longer for me to film it than if I just do the video the way that I'm doing it now. So definitely let me know which way you like better. But anyway, I am finally showing you my February theme, and again, I really love it. I really love the aspect of like dreamy clouds and stuff, so I'm so excited to show you. I do have pictures over on the blog. I'll link all that down below for you if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, let's just not waste time and get started. Alright, let's get started with this month's theme. So I decided to go with a dreamy cloud theme. I really wanted to use watercolor, or at least my Crayola Supertips and an aqua brush that I got from Michael's, but my bullet journal seeps through, so that wasn't possible. So instead I decided to use these Artist Loft Fundamentals colored pencils and just use this Artist Loft watercolor dual tip marker, and this is a colorless blender. So it kind of gives it like a watercolor effect, but not necessarily. I did get the idea of this cover page from a Pinterest post, and I will link that one down below for you guys. Instead of the quote that the post had, I decided to do Head in the Clouds, and that's actually one of my favorite songs from Joji. And I did also decide to do the white accent marks on the letters and some dots. And since this Sakura jelly roll pen didn't really register on top of the colored pencil, I decided to make these black stars and dots using another Artist Loft pen, and this is an illustration pen, and the tip is a 0.05, so it's very small. Alright, let's move on to the calendar page. I did want to sort of flip-flop using some colored pencils as well as these Crayola Supertips, and for this page specifically I decided to use the markers. I used the markers to draw clouds on the top for the days of the week, and I also decided to keep it all just 4 weeks and combine the first and the 8th day together in one box. That way I could also have some room to do a couple more doodles here on the bottom. As you can see, I did more clouds. And on this side, it looks a little bit messy here. I didn't really mean to use the orange one, but what's done is done. I decided to leave that fake calligraphy look. I thought that it looked really neat this way, so I just left it as is. And I did also add a tracker this month. This is actually something that I've used before. I thought that would be great for me to track my YouTube growth as well as my blogs. I did mention in my last video that I do have 2 blogs. One is my beauty blog, and then the other one is a life blog that I'm doing with my husband, so definitely check that out. I am adding some washi tape here because I accidentally put something that wasn't supposed to go there. So instead of adding anything to show you guys, I just decided to leave it blank until I film this for you. That way it's all nice and neat. But we are moving on, and this first page here is actually my mood tracker, and this is the first time that I've ever done anything like this. In my last bullet journal, I had a full page on my bullet journal setup. That was a year-end color. Unfortunately, I kind of stopped doing it around August and then the rest of the year. So I did get inspo for this page from Pinterest as well. I will also link that down below. And I really like the different takes on the clouds that I decided to do. I suck at drawing clouds, but I really wanted to explore more shapes, so some of them look a little bit funny. I do have a key down here. The lighter the color, such as day 1, will be happier, and the darker will be like not as great of a day. And then on this side I do have a habit tracker, which I have done before. I did mess up here a little bit, that's why this one's a little bit closer to here. I had originally done only 3 lines instead of 4, or sorry, 5. So yeah, I did mess up here, but overall it doesn't look that bad. And anyway, I have done this habit tracker before, and I do like doing these boxes and just filling them in with color. I am only doing 6 habits for this month. I may add more, maybe not. I just want to keep it very simple. I don't want to force myself to do more than I can handle. I feel like having too many habits can get really, really overwhelming. Moving on to my next spread is my brain dump page, and as you can see, I did keep doing the white accents with the jelly roll pen in the black letters. And I originally had planned on only doing like pastel colors because this theme is supposed to be dreamy clouds, but I went for it and decided to do kind of like a rainbow color all around. It's supposed to go this way. As I was using the Colorless blender to blend them, I wasn't really liking how it looked. It looked less of clouds, and I feel like it looks more like smoke, but I feel like the lines that I added kind of do make them look a little bit fluffy and less like smoke. I don't know, maybe it does still look like smoke to you, but either way, I really like it. I like how some colors do look very subtle, like for example the cooler tone looks more dreamy than the warm tone. So I'm really learning a lot as I do my bullet journal each month, and so I'm definitely going to keep sticking to cooler tone colors if I ever want to do something dreamy like this theme, for example. But yeah, this page is just supposed to be very plain and simple because it's just more for me to jot down ideas for the blog and YouTube, etc. And now we're gonna go to my very last page. This is my weekly spread, and I'm actually adding 2 weeks instead of just 1. Since I am starting all over again with bullet journaling, I don't have a lot of things planned, therefore I don't need a lot of space. So I decided to take the same layout that I made for, I believe was October, my Harry Potter theme. I did something similar like this, and so I decided to use that again because it gave me enough space to write down everything that I needed to do. And again, since I don't have much to do, this is the perfect space. I will have another spread for the following 2 weeks after that, and I also do like this notes section up here where I can write down anything that I might need to keep an eye on or some things that I need to plan. And I don't know, I really like the look of this spread. It's very minimalistic, it's fresh, it's very simple and very clean. I am in love with the clouds. I did use the Colorless blender again just to make it a little bit more subtle and not too harsh of color. Love the clouds that are kind of like gradient towards each color. I really love that for this theme. So for the following weekly spread, I'm pretty sure that it's going to look more or less like this, just possibly like switch the colors, but for the most part, this is what my weekly spreads will look like for the rest of the month. And yeah, this is pretty much all that I made. I know that it's not very many pages or spreads, but again, I'm starting again making it simple, very subtle, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun creating this theme. I really love it. I know I say this a lot, but this is my most favorite theme, and I cannot wait to start filling it out and yeah, start planning for the rest of the month for all of my blogs and my YouTube channel. And yeah, I don't know. I think my favorite page is definitely got to be this one. It's just, it makes me more excited to really dive back into the whole bullet journal thing and tracking my mood, tracking all of my habits, etc. But yeah, that is it, you guys. My February dreamy cloud theme. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you still haven't for more content. And yeah, I am just getting back into the groove of this whole YouTube thing as well as some blog posts. So I will be doing my best to work on all of this stuff this entire week, and hoping that I get some stuff scheduled for you either for later this week or next week. I am so excited to come up with more content for you and really be back into vlogging and YouTube because I really miss it. And yeah, we'll see where this year takes us, but
yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. I will see you all in my next video.